Helicopter pilot Major Mary Jennings Hegar and her crew were shot down by the Taliban in 2009 during a rescue mission outside Kandahar, Afghanistan. Despite her wounds, she fought back and saved the lives of her crew and patients. Major Hegar earned a Purple Heart. She became the second woman ever to receive a Distinguished Flying Cross with Valor for her heroism.
Major Hegar continued fighting after she returned home, and she joined a lawsuit against a long-standing rule that barred women from ground combat positions.
My gender has never been a factor in accomplishing my unit's mission, and it should not be a factor when selecting personnel to serve in combat roles.
And that rule has since been reversed. Major Hegar discussed her battles in and out of the military in a new book. It's called Shoot Like a Girl, One Woman's Dramatic Fight in Afghanistan and on the Home Front. She joins us at the table. I don't know if we should call you Ms. Badass or MJ.
MJ will work.
Which would you prefer, MJ Hegar? We're so delighted to have your book, I have to say, is riveting.
Thank you.
Because I look at girls like you, women like you, and think, I could never do that. But you knew at a very young age, you're watching Perfect Storm, you see this crash, you go, I want to do that.
I did, yes. I didn't want to crash into the ocean, but I did. From watching Han Solo navigate an asteroid field to watching movies like A Perfect Storm, it would always kind of get my adrenaline up, and I just knew that it was something I wanted to do.
But you got resistance along the way, starting with very early, you get a recommendation from a teacher you think likes you, only to find out he's saying that's not for a girl.
Right, and that was the first experience of many where I realized that the vast majority of people that I encountered along the way were very supportive and only cared about whether or not I was competent. But every now and then you got somebody who didn't give you a chance and just wanted to throw a
How do you push past that when you get that kind of resistance?
To be honest with you, even from a young age, it just motivated me. It really did. It motivated me. It was almost like a dare.
Yeah.
So just to prove them
I'm
wrong.
going to show you.
Yeah.
Describe what you were doing in Afghanistan, the helicopter you were flying, what your role was.
So I was flying a rescue version of the Black Hawk. Most people are familiar with the Black Hawk. It's called a Pave Hawk. And we were supporting the medevac mission, so just pulling wounded soldiers off the battlefield.
How many women are flying those helicopters?
More than you might think, less than or fewer than should be. So I had probably 2 or 3 in my unit.
But you take us through a very scary thing in the book. You said in 1 hour you were shot by the Taliban, your aircraft was riddled with bullets, you landed in the heart of enemy territory, and there you are.
Right. Yeah, it was, at the time, it wasn't really that scary. It was really just what we were trained to do, and we were just doing our jobs. But it was a couple days later.
You guys kill me with we're trained to do this. Listen, you had been wounded. You had been wounded, you're bleeding.
It happened so fast, though.
Yeah, but I'm always saying, no, we were trained to do that. You say battle readiness has nothing to do with gender and everything to do with capability.
Right. I've seen men and women who were fit for combat that I wanted to fight beside, and men and women who I really wouldn't want to go back into combat with. So it really doesn't have anything to do with gender. I feel like I have a warrior's heart, and it doesn't have to do with anything.
What is a warrior's heart, by the way?
Just a drive to protect people and to, run toward the emergency when everybody else is running away.
Yeah.
I think that that's not something that you can choose to do. It's just something that you reflex do or you don't.
Yeah.
Describe the backlash that you experienced while trying to push women into combat roles.
It was significant, but I think it's a very vocal minority. The vast majority of the messages that I receive are, please keep doing what you're doing. You're inspiring my daughter, you're inspiring my son, you're, fighting for us. But there are some really determined people out there who see it very threatening that a woman can do these jobs.
And as you know, there were women in combat before they technically opened up the role.
And for hundreds of years, there have been women in combat, and people have been trying to stop that.
Does the military need to do more still?
Absolutely. I think that they're doing a lot, more than they get credit for, and I think that we have some amazing leaders, but then we have some leaders who turn a blind eye to things that contribute negatively to a really difficult culture for women.
I love the title of your book, Shoot Like a Girl, because it sounds like it's a negative thing about girls, but the reality is very different of what it actually means.
Yes, we're taking the phrase back.
Yes, because what does it mean?
In reality, and I hate to talk in stereotypes, but stereotypically, physiologically, women we're better predisposed to being marksmen and fighter pilots because of the way we handle G's and because of our respiration and circulatory system and center of gravity and other factors.
Yeah, an instructor said that to you. But there's a great scene in the book where after you all have crashed, there was a big briefing, people are patting themselves on the back. You're the only one in the meeting, MJ, that says, basically, where the hell were you guys? Because you felt you had been left stranded by another group. You're
That
the only
gets me
one
in
that stood
trouble
up.
a lot. Yeah, I kind of looked around and I can't understand why nobody else is speaking up. And later, when I faced the backlash of speaking up, I realized why nobody did. But but at the time, I kind of look around like, why isn't anyone saying anything? I guess I will. That's been my whole life.
Your book has been optioned for a movie several times.
Has, yes.
And what's the latest on that?
TriStar has it. Angelina Jolie is slated to play me. Angelina Jolie.
Really?
Really excited that Jason Hall, Academy Award nominated screenwriter from American Sniper, is attached to the project.
Be something to see it up on the screen.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
sure
looking forward to it.
All right, Major Mary Jennings Hegar, MJ, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Shoot Like a Girl is on sale tomorrow.